Listen to me very carefully. As the story of the 1794 Flying Hare silver dollar continues, an even deeper mystery begins to emerge. Many experts believe this coin represents far more than a monetary instrument. They view it as a national statement cast in silver. At the time of its creation, the United States was still an experiment in self-government. Powerful nations across Europe were watching closely, wondering whether this new republic would survive. The Flying Hare dollar became one of the first physical objects through which America introduced itself to the world. Imagine the atmosphere inside the early mint in Philadelphia. The nation was young, resources were limited, and every step carried tremendous importance. Craftsmen worked carefully, understanding that they were not merely creating coins. They were creating symbols that would help define the identity of a new nation. Every strike of the press represented another step toward economic independence and national confidence. The woman portrayed as Liberty was intentionally designed to look different from European royalty. Her appearance lacked a crown, jewels, or signs of aristocratic privilege. Instead, she embodied the idea that freedom belonged to ordinary citizens. This artistic choice reflected revolutionary thinking. Rather than celebrating a ruler, the coin celebrated an ideal. That decision helped distinguish American coinage from many foreign currencies of the era. The flowing hair itself carried symbolic meaning. In 18th century art, loose and flowing hair was often associated with freedom and natural virtue. By depicting liberty with wind-blown hair, the designers communicated a powerful message without using a single written explanation. Anyone looking at the coin could sense movement, energy, and independence. The stars surrounding Liberty also carried emotional significance. America was not a single homogeneous place. It consisted of states with different cultures, economies, and priorities. Yet the stars formed a unified circle, visually expressing the hope that these states could remain connected despite their differences. In many ways, the stars represented one of the central challenges facing the young republic. The eagle on the reverse side deserves equally close attention. Unlike the aggressive eagles used in later decades, this early version appears modest and somewhat delicate. Some historians interpret this as a reflection of the nation's early condition. America was hopeful and ambitious, but still developing its strength. The eagle seems less like a conqueror and more like a guardian watching over a fragile but promising future. Collectors often spend years studying tiny details invisible to casual observers. The spacing of letters, the alignment of stars, and the exact shape of Liberty's portrait can reveal valuable information. Certain die characteristics help experts identify individual production varieties. These subtle differences may seem insignificant, but they can dramatically affect rarity and value. One of the most fascinating aspects of the coin is the possibility that some surviving examples were among the very first silver dollars ever struck by the United States Mint. If true, those coins are not simply rare collectibles. They are direct witnesses to the birth of America's official silver currency system. This possibility adds another layer of excitement for collectors and historians. The passage of more than 2 centuries has transformed surviving examples into historical survivors. Think about everything that happened while these coins existed. They lived through presidential administrations, economic crises, technological revolutions, world wars, and the transformation of America from a young republic into a global superpower. Few objects can claim such a remarkable journey through time. The condition of a coin plays a major role in determining value. 2 1794 Flying Hare dollars may appear similar to an untrained eye, yet one could be worth many times more than the other. Factors such as surface preservation, strike quality, luster, and overall appearance influence how collectors evaluate each specimen. In the world of rare coins, Condition can mean the difference between extraordinary value and unimaginable value. Because of its fame, the $1794 has inspired countless counterfeit attempts. For decades, dishonest individuals have tried to imitate its appearance. Some copies are crude and easily detected, while others are surprisingly sophisticated. This is why authentication by qualified experts is essential whenever a potentially valuable coin is discovered. Stories of accidental discoveries continue to fuel public fascination. Families sometimes inherit old collections without realizing their significance. A dusty box stored for generations may contain coins worth far more than anyone suspects. While finding a genuine 1794 flying hare dollar is extraordinarily unlikely, the possibility keeps treasure hunting dreams alive. The psychological appeal of the coin is just as powerful as its historical importance. People are naturally drawn to objects connected to beginnings. The first of anything often holds special significance. The flying hare dollar is widely associated with the beginning of America's silver dollar legacy, making it especially meaningful to collectors. Many newcomers assume all old coins are valuable, but age alone does not create worth. Rarity, demand, historical significance, condition, and authenticity all work together. The $1794 sits at the top because it excels in every category. It is old, rare, historically important, artistically admired, and highly desired. The coin has also become a symbol of prestige among elite collectors. Owning one places an individual in an exclusive group. Because so few examples exist, acquisition opportunities are exceptionally rare. For some collectors, obtaining such a coin represents the pinnacle of a lifelong pursuit. Whenever a major specimen appears at auction, excitement spreads throughout the numismatic community. Collectors, investors, museums, and researchers all pay attention. These sales are not merely transactions. They are historic events that attract international interest. Each auction helps shape the coin's legacy and reinforces its status as one of the greatest treasures in American numismatics. The enormous prices achieved by top examples often capture headlines. Yet the value extends beyond money. Even if the market price were reduced dramatically, the historical importance would remain unchanged. The coin's true power comes from its ability to connect modern people with the earliest years of the United States. Discussions about valuable American coins frequently lead to comparisons with bicentennial coins. Many people hear stories suggesting that ordinary bicentennial quarters, half dollars, or dollars are worth millions. While certain rare varieties and exceptional specimens can command significant premiums, most bicentennial coins found in circulation are worth only modest amounts above face value. The difference lies in rarity and collector demand. The dream of discovering a fortune in pocket change continues to inspire millions of people. Every year, individuals search through jars, collections, and inherited coins hoping to uncover something extraordinary. Occasionally remarkable discoveries occur, but truly legendary coins remain exceptionally rare. This rarity is precisely what makes them so desirable. As the legend of the 1794 flying hare silver dollar grows, it becomes clear that its significance cannot be measured solely in dollars and cents. It represents freedom, ambition, craftsmanship, survival, and national identity. More than 200 years after its creation, this remarkable silver coin continues to capture imaginations, inspire collectors, and stand as one of the most celebrated treasures ever produced by the United States Mint. As the reputation of the 1794 flying hare silver dollar expanded across generations, it began attracting a very special kind of collector. These were not casual hobbyists searching through spare change on a weekend afternoon. They were individuals who dedicated years, sometimes entire lifetimes, to pursuing the finest and rarest treasures in American numismatics. For them, owning a legendary coin was not merely about wealth. It was about preserving a tangible piece of national history. Among elite collectors, certain coins achieve almost mythical status. The 1794 Flying Hare dollar occupies this elite category. Conversations about the greatest American coins nearly always include its name. Some collectors spend decades building extraordinary collections, yet never have the opportunity to acquire one. The rarity of ownership contributes to the coin's mystique and reinforces its legendary standing. Major auction houses have played a crucial role in building the coin's fame. Whenever an exceptional specimen appears for public sale, anticipation spreads rapidly throughout the collecting community. Months before the auction date, specialists begin analyzing photographs, studying condition reports, and discussing the coin's historical significance. By the time bidding begins, excitement often reaches extraordinary levels. The atmosphere during a major rare coin auction can be electrifying. Bidders compete not only against each other, but also against history itself. Every raised paddle or submitted bid represents an attempt to secure something that may never again become available. In these moments, the coin ceases to be a simple object and becomes the center of an international contest between passion, prestige, and ambition. Record-breaking sales often capture headlines around the world. The public is fascinated by the idea that a coin originally worth $1 could eventually command millions. Yet serious collectors understand that such prices reflect far more than silver content. They represent rarity, historical importance, condition, provenance, and the emotional power associated with owning a legendary artifact. One of the most important concepts in rare coin collecting is grading. Grading is the process of evaluating a coin's condition according to established standards. Tiny differences in preservation can dramatically affect value. A coin with sharper details, cleaner surfaces, and stronger original luster may command vastly higher prices than a similar example with greater wear. To an inexperienced observer, grading may appear simple. However, experts spend years developing the ability to recognize subtle distinctions. They examine Liberty's hair, facial features, lettering, stars, and eagle details. Even slight variations in surface quality can influence the final assessment. Precision and consistency are essential because millions of dollars may depend upon the outcome. The concept of luster deserves special attention. Luster refers to the unique way light reflects from a coin's original surface. On a well-preserved specimen, this effect can appear almost magical. As the coin moves under light, brilliant reflections seem to flow across its surface. Collectors often describe this quality as evidence that the coin retains a connection to the day it was struck. Another factor influencing value is strike quality. Early minting technology was not always capable of producing perfectly detailed impressions. Some coins display stronger details than others because of differences in pressure, die condition, and production circumstances. A sharply struck coin often attracts greater interest because it reveals the artist's design more completely. The history of ownership, known as provenance, can also enhance desirability. When a coin can be traced through famous collections, it gains an additional layer of significance. Collectors appreciate the idea that a particular specimen once belonged to respected experts, influential numismatists, or renowned collections. Provenance transforms a coin from an artifact into a documented participant in collecting history. Hidden details often emerge under close examination. The arrangement of stars, subtle die characteristics, and tiny production markers provide clues about how and when a coin was manufactured. Specialists study these details with extraordinary dedication. What appears insignificant to most people may reveal valuable information about rarity and authenticity. Preservation remains one of the most important responsibilities associated with rare coins. Improper handling can permanently damage surfaces and reduce value. Fingerprints, harsh cleaning, and environmental exposure may leave lasting marks. Serious collectors therefore take great care to protect their treasures from avoidable harm. Interestingly, cleaning a coin is often considered a mistake. Many newcomers assume that making a coin shiny will increase its value. In reality, improper cleaning can remove original surface characteristics that collectors prize. A naturally aged coin with untouched surfaces is usually more desirable than one that has been aggressively polished. Storage techniques have evolved considerably over time. Modern collectors use specialized holders, controlled environments, and protective materials designed to minimize deterioration. These measures help preserve historical artifacts for future generations. In many ways, collectors serve as temporary custodians rather than permanent owners. The investment potential of rare coins attracts considerable attention. Unlike stocks, bonds, or digital assets, rare coins are physical objects with historical significance. Some investors appreciate this tangible quality. They view exceptional coins as long-term stores of value that combine cultural importance with financial potential. However, experienced collectors understand that the market can fluctuate. Values are influenced by rarity, demand, economic conditions, and collector interest. While some coins have achieved extraordinary appreciation over time, success requires knowledge, patience, and careful research. The most informed participants focus on quality and authenticity rather than speculation alone. Beyond the 1794 Flying Hare dollar, America has produced many other legendary rarities. Certain early gold coins, famous pattern issues, and rare minting errors occupy special places in numismatic history. These treasures demonstrate the diversity and complexity of the collecting world. Each rarity possesses its own unique story and appeal. Minting errors often fascinate the public because they reveal unexpected moments in the production process. Double strikes, off-center strikes, and other unusual anomalies sometimes become highly collectible. In rare cases, mistakes create coins worth far more than perfectly produced examples. The collecting community values these accidental survivors because they offer insight into the realities of coin production. The emotional dimension of collecting should never be underestimated. Many collectors remember the exact moment they first became interested in coins. Perhaps they discovered an old piece in a family collection or received one from a relative. Over time, curiosity grows into a passion for history, artistry, and discovery. Museums also play an important role in preserving numismatic heritage. Through public exhibitions, they allow people to encounter extraordinary coins that would otherwise remain hidden in private collections. Viewing a legendary rarity in person often leaves a lasting impression. Photographs capture appearance, but standing before a historic coin creates a deeper connection. For researchers, rare coins function as historical documents. Their designs, inscriptions, and production methods reveal information about the societies that created them. The 1794 Flying Hare dollar, therefore, serves not only as a collectible, but also as evidence of America's early aspirations, values, and economic development. Perhaps the most remarkable aspect of the coin's legacy is its ability to inspire wonder across generations. Children, historians, investors, artists, and collectors all find something compelling in its story. More than 2 centuries after its creation, it continues to spark curiosity and imagination in ways few objects can match. As its legend grows, the 1794 Flying Hare silver dollar remains a symbol of rarity, ambition, and historical significance. It stands at the intersection of art, economics, politics, and culture. Every surviving specimen carries within it a silent narrative of the nation's earliest years, reminding us that even a small silver coin can preserve an extraordinary chapter of human history. Imagine holding a small silver coin in your hand and realizing that you are touching a piece of history older than almost every modern nation on Earth. The 1794 Flying Hare silver dollar is not just a coin. It is a symbol of ambition, freedom, survival, and the birth of a new country. For collectors, historians, and dreamers alike, this coin represents one of the greatest treasures ever produced by the United States. While many people see a round piece of silver, experts see a national masterpiece that tells the story of a young republic taking its first steps onto the world stage. The moment you look at the front of the coin, your eyes are drawn to the portrait of liberty. This is not a queen, not a president, and not a military hero. Instead, the designers chose Liberty herself, a symbolic figure representing freedom and independence. Her hair appears to be flowing freely in the wind, which is why collectors call it the Flying Hare design. The image sends a powerful message. America wanted the world to know that its people were free, and that their future was not controlled by kings or empires. Every detail on the front was carefully chosen. Liberty faces toward the right, symbolizing a nation looking toward the future rather than the past. Her expression is calm yet determined. She appears confident, almost as if she knows the country she represents will one day become one of the most powerful nations in human history. The simplicity of the design gives it a timeless beauty that still captures attention more than 2 centuries later. Surrounding Liberty are stars that represented the states that formed the young United States. These stars were more than decoration. They were a statement of unity. At a time when the nation was still finding its identity, the stars reminded everyone that individual states were joining together to create something larger than themselves. Each star carried enormous symbolic meaning. Below Liberty appears the date 1794. To many people, it is just a number. To historians, it marks one of the most important moments in American monetary history. This was the year the first silver dollars were officially produced by the United States Mint. The coin became a declaration that America was capable of creating its own financial system and standing independently among the nations of the world. Now turn the coin over, and an entirely different story unfolds. The reverse side features an eagle, one of the most recognizable symbols in American history. The eagle represents strength, courage, vigilance, and national pride. Long before modern logos and branding existed, the eagle served as a visual message that America was prepared to defend its freedom and pursue its destiny. The eagle shown on the 1794 coin is smaller and more delicate than the powerful eagles seen on later American coins. Yet there is something remarkably elegant about its appearance. Its wings are spread, and it stands proudly within a wreath. The image reflects a nation that was still young, but filled with confidence and hope for the future. Around the eagle appear the words, United States of America. These words transformed the coin into more than currency. They made it an ambassador of the nation. Every time the coin changed hands, it carried the country's name with it. In a sense, each silver dollar became a tiny piece of national identity traveling across towns, cities, and states. Many people wonder why the coin was made from silver. The answer lies in trust. During the late 18th century, precious metals were considered reliable stores of value. Silver was respected around the world. By producing silver dollars, the United States demonstrated that its money was backed by tangible wealth rather than empty promises. This helped build confidence in the country's economic future. The edge of the coin is often overlooked, but it has its own story. Coin edges were designed in ways that discouraged clipping, a practice in which dishonest individuals shaved tiny amounts of precious metal from coins. The edge therefore served both a practical and protective purpose. Even the smallest details were carefully considered. When viewed from the left side, the coin reveals the craftsmanship of the early American mint. Every curve and contour reflects the limitations and achievements of 18th century technology. Unlike modern coins produced by highly advanced machinery, these early dollars were created with techniques that required extraordinary skill and patience. Looking from the right side, one notices the depth of the strike and the way light reflects across the silver surface. Collectors often spend hours studying these details because they provide clues about the coin's production quality and preservation. Tiny variations can dramatically influence value. The silver content itself contributes to the coin's fascination. While the metal has intrinsic worth, the true value comes from rarity and historical significance. A common silver coin may be worth only its metal content, but a historic rarity can become one of the most sought-after treasures on Earth. What makes the 1794 Flying Hare dollar so legendary is its scarcity. Only a limited number were produced, and far fewer survived the passage of time. Wars, economic hardships, melting, and simple neglect caused countless examples to disappear forever. Every surviving specimen, therefore, becomes increasingly precious. For many collectors, this coin represents the beginning of the American silver dollar tradition. It is often described as the first chapter in a story that continued for centuries. Owning one is like owning the opening page of a book that helped shape the financial history of the United States. The surfaces of well-preserved examples possess a remarkable appearance. Experts often describe the finest specimens as having an almost magical glow. This visual quality, known among collectors as luster, reflects the original brilliance of the metal and contributes significantly to value. Auction records have turned the coin into a global sensation. Whenever a top-quality specimen appears for sale, the collecting world pays attention. Wealthy investors, museums, and elite collectors compete fiercely for the opportunity to own a piece of history that may never become available again. The coin's extraordinary value often inspires stories of hidden treasures. People dream of discovering a forgotten collection in an attic, a safe, or an old family estate. Although such discoveries are rare, they fuel the imagination and keep interest in historic coins alive. One reason the design remains beloved is its artistic simplicity. Modern coins often contain complex elements and detailed inscriptions. The 1794 Flying Hare dollar relies on symbolism rather than clutter. Its beauty comes from balance, elegance, and powerful imagery. Every scratch, mark, and imperfection on an original specimen tells a story. These signs of wear reveal that the coin traveled through history, passed from hand to hand, witnessing events that shaped a nation. In a way, the marks become part of its character. Collectors often call this coin a national treasure rather than a collectible. That description is not an exaggeration. Few objects combine historical importance, artistic beauty, rarity, and financial value as effectively as the 1794 Flying Hare silver dollar. More than 2 centuries after its creation, it continues to captivate people around the world and remains one of the greatest icons in American numismatic history. As the legend of the 1794 Flying Hare silver dollar travels through the modern world, it enters a realm where history and mystery become almost impossible to separate. Every great treasure develops stories, rumors, and unanswered questions, and this coin is no exception. For more than 2 centuries, collectors have debated details about its production, ownership, and survival. These mysteries continue to fuel fascination and keep the coin permanently surrounded by an aura of intrigue. One of the greatest mysteries involves the earliest specimens ever struck. Some researchers believe that certain surviving examples may have been among the very first silver dollars produced by the United States Mint. If that theory is correct, those coins would represent the literal beginning of America's silver dollar history. The possibility alone adds extraordinary significance to already priceless artifacts. Imagine standing inside the mint in 1794 as the first silver dollars emerged from the press. Workers would have understood they were witnessing something historic, even if they could not have imagined the coin's future reputation. The sound of metal being struck echoed through a building that was helping create the financial identity of a nation. Few moments in American numismatic history carry such symbolic power. The journey of each surviving coin remains largely unknown. Every specimen passed through countless hands across generations. Some may have traveled in merchants' pockets, crossed state lines in trade, or rested in personal collections for decades. Others may have survived wars, economic crises, and social upheaval. The absence of complete records allows the imagination to fill in the gaps. Collectors often become detectives, piecing together ownership histories through auction catalogs, personal correspondence, and archival records. Each new discovery adds another chapter to the coin's story. Sometimes a single document can reveal where a specimen resided a century ago, transforming an ordinary record into an important historical clue. The idea of hidden treasures has always captivated human imagination. Stories circulate about forgotten collections stored in attics, locked trunks, and abandoned safes. While genuine discoveries of legendary rarities are exceedingly rare, history has shown that remarkable finds do occur. These stories encourage countless people to examine inherited collections with renewed curiosity. Coin hunting has become almost a modern treasure hunt. Individuals search through old collections, estate holdings, and family heirlooms hoping to uncover something extraordinary. Most discoveries are modest, but the dream remains powerful. The possibility that an overlooked coin could possess immense historical and financial value keeps the excitement alive. Billionaire collectors have contributed significantly to the growth of the rare coin market. Some of the world's wealthiest individuals view exceptional coins as cultural treasures rather than simple investments. They appreciate the combination of rarity, artistry, and historical significance. Their participation often elevates public awareness and increases competition for elite pieces. Yet wealth alone does not guarantee success in collecting. Knowledge remains equally important. Experienced collectors spend years studying minting techniques, die varieties, grading standards, and historical context. Expertise often provides an advantage that money alone cannot replace. In the world of rare coins, understanding creates opportunity. Market psychology plays a fascinating role in determining value. Why are certain objects desired more than others? Why do collectors compete so intensely for specific rarities? The answer lies in a combination of scarcity, historical importance, beauty, and emotional appeal. The 1794 Flying Hare dollar excels in all of these areas, making it one of the most desirable coins ever created. The concept of rarity deserves careful consideration. Many objects are old, but relatively few are truly rare. Rarity is not simply about age. It reflects survival. Thousands of coins may have been produced, but only a small number survived in collectible condition. This combination of limited supply and strong demand creates extraordinary value. Another powerful force is storytelling. Human beings naturally connect with stories. The Flying Hare dollar tells a story of independence, ambition, and national identity. Every collector who acquires one becomes part of that ongoing narrative. Ownership represents participation in a historical tradition stretching back more than 2 centuries. Some experts describe elite coins as portable history. Unlike monuments or historic buildings, coins can be held in the hand. This physical connection creates a unique experience. The owner can examine details, observe craftsmanship, and appreciate the reality that generations of people interacted with the same object. The visual appeal of silver also contributes to the coin's enduring popularity. Silver possesses a distinctive brilliance that captures light beautifully. When preserved properly, An early silver dollar can display remarkable aesthetic qualities. The combination of age and beauty creates a powerful emotional response among collectors. Throughout history, certain coins have transcended their practical purpose and become cultural icons. The 1794 flying hair dollar belongs to this category. Its significance extends beyond collecting circles and enters the broader world of American heritage. It represents a moment when a young nation sought to express its identity through art and currency. The coin's reputation has inspired books, articles, documentaries, and academic studies. Scholars examine its design, production, and historical context. Collectors analyze varieties and condition characteristics. Investors monitor market trends. Few coins receive such sustained attention from so many different perspectives. As public awareness grows, so does the importance of education. Understanding rarity, authenticity, and grading helps individuals make informed decisions. Knowledge protects collectors from mistakes and allows them to appreciate the deeper significance of the objects they encounter. The more one learns about the flying hair dollar, the more remarkable it becomes. Many people focus exclusively on financial value, but the coin offers rewards that extend beyond money. It provides a connection to history, an appreciation for craftsmanship, and insight into the early years of the United States. These qualities remain meaningful regardless of market prices. Perhaps the most extraordinary aspect of the coin's legacy is its ability to unite different generations. Experienced numismatists, new collectors, historians, and curious beginners all find something compelling in its story. The coin serves as a bridge between the past and the present, connecting modern audiences with events that occurred more than 200 years ago. Every surviving specimen continues its journey through time. It moves from one collection to another, accumulating stories and experiences along the way. Future generations will study the same surfaces, admire the same design, and wonder about the people who once possessed it. The coin's story remains unfinished. In the end, the 1794 flying hair silver dollar is more than a rare silver coin. It is a symbol of beginnings, a survivor of history, and a masterpiece of American numismatics. Its value is measured not only in dollars, but also in the ideas it represents: freedom, ambition, craftsmanship, and the enduring human desire to preserve the past. Long after today's collectors are gone, the legend of this extraordinary coin will continue to inspire fascination, curiosity, and admiration around the world.